Good evening. Tonight, Happy Fun Rainbow Land, a company which has in recent years been accused of environmental negligence and even willful destruction in their acquisition of land to build amusement parks and attractions throughout the country. Is the company doing all it can to give back to communities who are now depleted of their natural resources? Well, here to debate the issue are the company's solicitor, Mr. 𝐍𝐒𝐅𝐖. Good evening. And to represent the opposing viewpoint, a concerned resident of the area, Mr. Winnie the Pooh.
How you doing?
Gentlemen, thank you for joining me. Mr. 𝐍𝐒𝐅𝐼, I'd like to ask you first to give us your thoughts on the situation and to sum up the views of your clients.
Well, Happy Fun Rainbow Land has always been an environmentally aware and responsible company. This case is no different. Legally, we've crossed all of our I's, dotted our T's, and we will, of course, be following all the usual regular rules, procedures, etc., to make sure this is a happy and safe park. I would also like to add that we are giving something back to the community because for every 10 trees we cut down, we plant 2 flowers. This, I feel, is a win-win situation for everyone.
Mr. the Pooh, your response.
I may be a bear of very little brain, Alan, but I ain't stupid. These gritty heffalumps is only interested in one thing, and it ain't the environment, it's cold, hard cash.
Well, I understand Mr. the Pooh's concern. However, I feel I should correct him on a few points. Happy Fun Rainbow Land Limited donates almost 1/4 of the company's toss a coin into a fountain and make-a-wish attraction, almost, every year to environmental charities alone. I feel Mr. the Pooh's real issue here is with his relocation, which of course is understandable, but again the company has taken steps to ensure that everyone is happy. Mr. the Pooh was offered a substantial amount of honey for his hole in the ground.
Yeah, well, you know what you can do with your honey, pal.
Yes, I'm afraid I must interrupt you there as I detest conflict. Instead, we will go to the phones and a call from a Mrs. Glucose in Brighton. Hello, Mrs. Glucose.
Oh, hello, Alan.
What's your question for these gentlemen?
How will the relocation of these animals affect the rest of the country?
Could you elaborate on that?
Well, I don't want a bear living in my neighborhood. What if I was to get mauled?
Are you kidding me?
Gentlemen?
Lady, I only eat honey.
Oh, that's what they all say. And then you end up mauled and well.
You know, it's ignorant crap like this that gets bears like me shot.
Well, I think there's actually a great deal of validity in what this woman says. Do we really want bears and piglets and tigers? Tigros living in our neighborhoods.
If you was here right now, I'd be kicking your butt all over the 100-Acre Wood.
This coming from a bear whose head is, and I quote, stuffed with fluff.
I got your fluff right here, you stuck-up freak.
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have, so gentlemen, I'd like to ask you to leave us with your final thoughts. Mr. 𝐍𝐒𝐅𝐼.
Be sure to visit Happy Fun Rainbow Land opening this summer.
Mr. the Pooh.
I would like to leave Mr. 𝐍𝐿 with a little poem that I just wrote. I would listen to a rabbit, to an owl, or to a duck. But when it comes to your opinion, who gives a bother?
Good night.
If you enjoyed this video, then you're probably suffering from what we like to call a total lack of a sense of humor. This can come from some sort of childhood trauma or watching too many James Corden videos. So I'm going to prescribe to you a total immersion therapy. This includes commenting, liking, and subscribing to this channel, and hopefully one day you'll be right as rain. Oh, that was a Freudian slip.